Hello and welcome, my gorgeous people. Welcome to my channel, home of Crystal ETV and everything else entrepreneurial that can help you on your journey to freedom. I am Crystal Edmonds, and today I want to discuss with you my top 5 things to know before you list your car on Turo. Turo is a great platform to make a side income if you have an extra vehicle or want to start buying some vehicles to put on the platform. And there's a lot of commercials out there. It's gaining popularity in a lot of different cities. I'm in Detroit, and Detroit isn't even one of the main cities listed yet on Turo. If you want to check and see how much your car can make, you have to check local cities. I go between like Chicago and the US average is what I look at. But the first thing is to make sure that you read Turo's terms of service. Number one, absolutely. When you go to their customer support online, there are charts that you can see to familiarize yourself with what the cleaning fee schedule is. What can you charge somebody if they return your car dirty? How dirty does it have to be? And how much are you allowed to charge them? What is considered interior wear and tear and exterior wear and tear, which isn't covered? Wear and tear is not covered. And it's a weird technicality right now that if it is 3 inches or less, it's considered wear and tear. So no dents, scratches, or anything that are 3 inches or less will be covered by their damage incidentals. Know what these different technicalities are so that you can get comfortable with what people will be doing to your car and what you'll be able to charge them. Don't think that just because someone returns your car dirtier than you would expect them to, you can charge as much as you want to. That's not how that works. If somebody smokes in your car, they actually just recently changed their smoking policy and how much you can charge for smoking and odor removal. So make sure you familiarize with that with yourself. If somebody gets into an accident with your car, familiarize yourself with that. Number 2, your cars will get dented and dinged up. It's not if, it is when. So if you have an emotional attachment to your vehicle, don't put it on Turo. I had one vehicle that was bought specifically for Turo, and I had, when I first started, another vehicle that was my personal car, and I definitely had an emotional attachment to it, and I'm very thankful that it didn't go out very often. It also had issues. It was always in the shop, so it was rarely on Turo, but the one time it did get rented out, it actually went on a whole bunch of little trips. The guy was using it as a taxi, and Cadillac has an app where I can actually see every single trip that somebody is making, how much time. You can see hard brakes, hard accelerations, and they were wearing my car out. And it hurt my feelings. So do not put a car that you are emotionally attached to on Turo, because people are going to abuse it. They are not going to treat it like it's their own property for the most part. You get some people that are really great with the cars, but you get a lot of people that just kind of treat it like trash because they think that they can. So yeah, if you're gonna be really upset that someone smoked in your car, I mean, I do get a little upset over it. It's frustrating and annoying, but it's not something that's gonna, you know, skyrocket my anxiety and I'm gonna totally lose it and it's ruined my day. And if that is the case, do not put your car on Turo. Do not become a host. Number 3, don't get greedy with your percentage back. I learned this the hard way. So on Turo, again, they have a great schedule. I love their little charts that they have of how you get paid. You choose what percentage of their fees that you get paid, whether it's 60%, 70, 75, 80. I don't remember if there's an 85, and then if you have a commercial license, you can get up to like 90 or 95% back. And I got a little greedy, and each percentage changes what your deductible is. So down at the 60%, you have like no deductible. They even give you a per day, a per diem per day, like that money back. If your car ends up in the shop, you get paid per day that your car is in the shop to help make up for lost wages. Then at the 70% plan, they don't. I got greedy, and my deductible was $1,650. And I thought, hey, if my car ends up getting damaged, I'll just go to one of those shops. I'm in Detroit, and there's different shops that say they pay your deductible. All right, cool, sweet. I felt like I had beaten the system. I get more money back, And if something does happen, they'll pay my deductible. Something did happen and they don't pay your deductible. They'll pay this really small percentage of it if it's a really huge job. If it's a job that's just a little bit more than my deductible, they'll pay maybe $100 towards it. So that was not smart. So I immediately changed it, and my deductible is now $250 because that is what I feel comfortable paying. So if somebody messes up one of my vehicles, I'm only going to be paying $250, which helps on the more expensive vehicles because you don't have to worry about the expensive charges that come with having a more expensive vehicle. And with the cheap cars, you don't want to be paying a ton of money to get your car fixed because it's a cheap car. So I felt like that was a good medium for me at the 250 mark. And I don't remember what percentage that is that I get back, 70 or 75, but I'm okay with that. So make sure that you are comfortable with those numbers and that you know what those numbers mean. And this is not technically their insurance, but there is liability coverage also. And I do believe the renters have to have their own insurance also. So Turo tries to make sure that you're covered everywhere. Number 4, know your ROI, what your return on investment is supposed to be, and know your audience. Don't go buying a convertible if you live in North Dakota, okay? That's not something that you're gonna get a big return on investment in. And don't go buying, snow vehicles when you live in Florida. You're not gonna get a big return on investment. Here in Michigan, I've got both sides. So if you're gonna get a rear-wheel drive convertible, don't list it in the winter because people will crash it. They will spin out in it, especially if they're out of town and they're like, sweet, I'm gonna rent a convertible. It's not too cold out and it snows or there's black ice somewhere. Don't do it. You have to be able to take your car off the platform, afford it while it's not on the platform, and store it somewhere, which at least your insurance goes down with storage insurance. The winter cars you can rent out all year round. 4-wheel drive cars in Detroit do great, and they do go year round. So know your audience, know your ROI. There's something called a carculator that you can use when you go to the Turo website. If you're thinking of buying a certain car and you want to know what that return on investment would be, how many days on average it goes out, it is rented out, what the per day cost is usually for that rental. You can look at the US average, or you can scroll down and pick your city, type in the actual car, and it'll let you select a city. At the time of this recording, I can't select Detroit and see what Detroit's average is. So like I was saying earlier, I check out Chicago's average, and I don't remember what else is around me, but I check out, there's 2 different cities that are kind of near me that I'll look at their average, and then I'll look at the US average. I think there's one in Canada. I look at the Canada average because it's kind of close. Number 5, do your homework. If you are going to be an entrepreneur in this world, you need to learn how to do your own research so that you become comfortable with your executive decisions that you make for your life and your business. This is a great possible side income if you know what to expect. So you're not taken by surprises. When somebody messes up your car and you get your car back and Border Patrol has been through your car and tried to break in, you're not like, oh my gosh, what happened? I mean, I was still, oh my gosh, what happened? But not so much. I just kind of laughed. And it's a fun story. You can check out that YouTube video later. If somebody kidnaps your car for a few days, that's happened too. You're not, in a tizzy for that whole day and freaking out and wondering what's going to happen. You've already familiarized yourself with their terms of service. You're already in contact with Turo customer support, which, a side note, I do love Turo customer support. I absolutely stand behind them, and they are the reason why I continually put cars on this platform, because I think that their customer service is amazing. I haven't had any issues yet with their customer service, so I've been happy with that. And, the last thing, so as an entrepreneur, when you make these decisions, watch a bunch of different YouTube videos, get different opinions of people who you trust, and then make that executive decision. And if the decision is, I think I really want to do this, jump and do it. You will never be a successful entrepreneur if you don't jump. And I promise you, you will get beaten and banged up when you first jump. There will be mistakes made. There will be money lost. There will be times that you question, am I doing what's right? But in the end, I promise you it's worth it. So that was my top 5 things. Number 1, terms of service, know them. Did I repeat that enough times here? If you enjoyed this video in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe and share it with somebody who you know would also like it. Remember, if no one's told you that they love you today, I do. Thanks for listening.